Hello and welcome, guys. Thank you for joining me for this edition of Woman to Woman. I am your host, Anntricia Bray Smith, your professional mentor and speaker. It is indeed a blessing to be here with you as we're moving forward in our season 3, which is dedicated to financial education. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to be here with me. I hope you have your paper and pencil in hand, ready to take notes as we're getting ready to find the money. We're getting ready today in this edition of Woman to Woman to find the money. And I think that this is an important element of financial education, because sometimes we can be so caught up in looking at what we don't have or what we want or what we should have or what we should be, that sometimes we forget that the resource of money, of finances, of the coins is all around us. So today I'm giving tips. I want to share with you where to find money, especially if you're like me and you have mountains and mountains of debt that you're trying to conquer. You could be sitting on money right now and not even really give thought to going to get that money, finding that money and putting it toward either your debts, paying down those debts, putting it toward making your budget stretch just a little bit more so that you can take care of those necessities, or putting it in an investment or saving somewhere so that it can be beneficial for you down the line. Now, I've shared with you guys so many times before that it doesn't matter where we are financially. It doesn't matter where you are right now today financially. The amount of money that you have coming in, the amount of money that you have going out, all that matters is today, right now in this moment, you make the decision that you are going to change or shift the direction of your financial future. It takes making up your mind and then making that commitment and applying the simple, practical ideas that you get from your financial education. You know, I could still be sitting here today looking at my over $70,000 worth of debt, still saying I'm going to tackle that one day, or still not opening the bills, just wishful thinking that it's all going to go away. But my debt is not going anywhere. And it didn't move or go anywhere or begin to reduce until I got intentional with, hey, I have a financial responsibility here. I borrowed the money. This is my debt. I need to handle that. It's my responsibility. And until I got to that point that I was going to do something different, it was then and only then that my debt began to decrease and reduce. I got intentional with myself. And it's my responsibility. Now, how you choose to handle your debt, the steps you take toward doing that, that is going to be up to you. Because remember, there's no one size fit all formula when it comes to taking control of these finances. But one thing for sure, you can't continue to do what you're doing and expect different outcomes. Because what we've done up to this point has gotten us in the situation that we're in. We cannot continue to do these same practices and exhibit these same behaviors, expecting different outcomes. So today, that's what I'm here for. We're going to find the money. Let's find money. And so I know some of you are sitting here and you're thinking, I'm already broke. Where am I going to find some money? How about the first place we try to find the money is in those closets? Now, I know we women are the worst. We have 2 or 3 closets in the house full of stuff, and we only wear a fourth of that stuff. Some of that stuff still has tags on it. I'm talking about only the clothes and the bottoms down, the suits still has tags on them, or we've only worn them one time and we're looking for another opportunity to wear those things again. And truth be told, we cannot even wear half the stuff. Or if we can fit it and put it on, it doesn't give us the comfort that we need or that we're looking for. And so sure, it looks cute. But looking cute and sitting in the closet, well, it's not really going to do us much good. So that's place number 1 that I suggest you begin to look to find the money. And so when I say that, I'm not saying you have to go out and have a yard sale. There's Marketplace on Facebook. Also, you can even just snap pictures of it and put it up on a community board or show it on your social media page with a price tag. Find a consignment shop. Consignment shops do the work for you. They get a portion of the proceeds. You get money coming into you. You don't have to do the work. So that's place number 1. Now, we're just talking about the clothes and the bottoms. What about those shoes? And yes, this was my addiction. I love shoes. And so I would have all kinds of shoes in my closet. And some of them, a whole 1 year, a whole 2 year, a whole 3 years will come by, and I never put those shoes on my feet, never take them out the box, and they're just sitting there looking pretty. Same thing. That's money that you're sitting on. And yeah, you might need some shoes later on down the line, but right now you don't. Right now you have financial responsibilities that's going to require money, and this is a good way to find that money to help tackle some of the financial obligations that you've gotten yourself tied up in. Okay, so we've gotten to the clothes, we've gotten to the shoes. What about those handbags? And yeah, I know some of those handbags we paid a pretty penny for, but guess what? Somebody will be willing to pay you a pretty penny to get that bag. You'll find it on sale anyway in another month or 2. So what's it going to hurt to sell a bag, to get rid of a couple of those bags that you have just sitting in the closet, when truth be told, you're not going to use it again anyway, because you've gotten your wear out of it. People have seen it before, and you have an image to uphold. They're not doing anything but collecting dust. And even those bags that may have only cost $5 or $10 that you got it on sale, don't nobody know what you paid for it. If it's a nice bag, somebody would be willing to give you another $5 or $10 for that. That's a good return on your investment. So just think about it. So in our closets, that's a good place to start to find the money to get what you need. Now, what you do with that money when that money comes in, that's going to be up to you. All I'm here today, my purpose is just to simply help you find the money. Now, we'll talk about what to do with that money later, okay? So in our closets, that's the first place. All right, next place to find the money, storage buildings. That storage facility that you're spending $100, $200 a month with that stuff sitting away, collecting dust and attracting spiders and pests and all this other kind of stuff. That's another place to find the money. How about putting an announcement out there with the address to that storage facility, opening the doors of that storage facility and letting people come in and get what they want and give you money for it. Truth be told, it's been in there for years. You're not in any position to do anything with it now. And the people that can really use that's not trying to get a financial education, they're willing to pay you good money to get your good stuff. And let's face it, if it wasn't good, if it didn't have value or quality, why would we spend hundreds of dollars a year for storage for it? So whether it's furniture, whether it's appliances, whatever it is, it's just money that you're sitting on that can be of value for you right now to get you to a place to where you're ready to move forward in your financial future. Another thing, you're going to be saving hundreds of dollars just by clearing out that storage, not having to worry about that stuff, and putting that money and applying it to what's going to add value to you, to your right now. Apply it toward your kids' education or something. Apply it toward an investment for retirement. That may only seem like $100 a month for storage, and it houses my stuff. But in reality, when you add it up, the months, and when you add up the years which we're given this money, that money could be placed somewhere else to add more value to us in the long run. Okay, so storage building. So whatever's there, whatever's there, it's not worth the money that you're paying just for that stuff to be sitting there. Sell it. Let's get something that we can use, which is the money from it. Let people come in and get what they need. And it's not a whole lot of work on you. Close that storage out. And what if there's something in there that you can't sell? And you're spending all this money every month that you're housing something that has no value to anybody. Hey, there's always the thrift shop, the Goodwills, the Salvation Armies that you can donate that stuff to and let them figure out how to sell it or get it into the hands of someone who's looking for it. It's not doing you any good anyway. It's just taking finances that could be used in a different manner. Okay, so that's another way to find money. Let's look at another way to find money. And I'm guilty of this. If I look outside, I can probably count right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars in my driveway out here. 7. And they all belong to me. So if I have these 7 cars, that's 7 different insurance payments that has to be made, 7 different tags that has to be put on, 7 different maintenances and repairs, and the list can go on and on and on. I can only drive 1 vehicle at a time. And even if I just sold 1 vehicle, or even if I just sold 2 vehicles, that would be less financial responsibilities for maintenance, insurance, registration on my behalf. And it also allows someone that could use that vehicle to get more use and more value out of it, rather than just sitting here in the yard. And what about those vehicles that maybe the motor's out, or that it needs some repairs or something, that's just sitting there waiting on us to do something with it when we're not in any position to do anything with it anyway? But we hold on to that, yet it still costs us money. So that's just another place to find the money. Even if you sold the parts off of it, you can put an ad up on your social media pages or on a community board that says you have parts for that type of vehicle, that make and model that someone may be looking for. So it's all kinds of ways we can find money. I'm sure that you guys get my point now. I'm sure that you get it. What about these pretty things that we have sitting around the house that's serving no purpose, that maybe we even have sitting away in a closet somewhere now, like paintings, 2 or 3 vacuum cleaners, keyboards, pianos, things like that that are just sitting collecting dust that we're not even going to use. Truth be told, we have it sitting here and we don't even know how to play it. And there's no one in the house anymore to play it. No one comes by that knows how to play it. And yet it's here, useless, because no one knows how to use it. It's a good way to find some money. Finding somebody that you could sell it to that would give you an exchange of cash for that merchandise. So whatever it is, guys, there's a way that we can find the money. We have to go get it. Another way we can find money is, what about all of those subscriptions that we have that we're not really using? That could be Netflix, that could be Hulu, that could be Disney. Could we not narrow that down? Rather than having all those subscriptions to those magazines and all these different channels, could we not narrow it down to our top 2 or 3 that we're using the most and save those coins from those other subscriptions and cancel them? That way we can find money. We can use that money to go to paying down some of our debts, or applying it so that in other places, so that it adds value to us. Because truth be told, even with the small children, even with the amount of time that we sit down and watch television, if we're really intentional about our life, we don't really have that much time to sit down and watch a all day Netflix movies. If we're doing that, we're wasting not only our money, but a whole lot of other stuff. I can tell you that. So find money thinking about all those subscriptions that you have that's taking $15 here and $19 there and $30 there. All that money adds up every month. And so if we can take that, narrow it down. If we have 2 subscriptions, let's just narrow it down to 1. Let's narrow it down to the top 1. Which one is going to give us the most benefits? Let's do that and put some of that extra money into our pockets. So that's a way we can find money. What about our cable bills? Not only do we have all these subscriptions, but we're paying $100 or more a month on cable. And we're not even watching it because we're busy streaming Netflix. So when you add up that money, that's hundreds and hundreds of dollars a year, in a year's time, over 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 years' time, that we're just throwing away. It's going to waste. So it's all kind of ways you can find money. I want you to stop and think right now, what is it that you have? Just where you are right now, where you can find some money. I'll wait. Because you can't sit here and tell me you can't find money nowhere. You can. May not be hundreds of dollars, but for every little bit you find, you can take it and add value. Let it add value to you somewhere else down the line. So this is a major step in financial education. You have to be able to find the money. So for those of you who say, I can't find money anywhere, let me show you where you're wrong. I'm going to show you where you're wrong. Because just as sure as you can sit here and you have this mind and you can think, you have a gift or a talent that can generate income. Simple as that. You are a business. You can live your life as a business, whether that's baking a cake, whether that's giving advice, whether that's sharing your opinion, whether that's making a craft, whatever it is, whatever your talent is, even if it's just a smile, even if it's just your ability to calm people down, whatever it is, you possess a talent that can generate an income or revenue or resources for you. I am a walking money machine. All kinds of gifts and talents I have. Some of it I haven't even tapped into. Some of it I try to see how I can put it all together to work with something else. So multiple streams of income coming into your household, you think it won't make a difference for you? The truth be told, it's not the talent and stuff that we don't have. It's the lack of know-how of how to implement that talent so that we can capitalize on it. And that's why you invest in a financial education. That's why you invest with a professional mentor like me, or with a business coach like Dr. Shea or Augusta Crenshaw or Eric Anderson, which are three that I use. That's the reason why you invest in somebody like that, so that you can begin to capitalize on what it is that you do naturally anyway, that can generate money for you. You don't have to go anywhere to find that money. That money is right there. It walks and talks and sleeps and eats with you every day. So how awesome would it be to be able to find money doing something that you enjoy doing anyway, and that you're doing anyway? I know some of you guys can throw a killer party. Some of you guys can decorate, like make it spend $20, make it look like you spent $220. Some of you guys just have that talent. Some of you guys have so many decorative stuff hid away in the closet and things like that. You have so many ideas that you have, and you're not even trying to capitalize on it. But if you're going to change the direction of your financial future, you're going to have to find the money. So I've just sit here and shared with you several ways you can find money right now. I've just shared that with you. And if it's triggered a thought in you, and you know that you need to find money somewhere, and that there's money and you just need a little more help, go ahead and reach out to me. Reach out to me. Find me on my Linktree. It's Linktree/Anntricia Bray Smith. Let's talk about how you can find money. Okay? We need to get this financial education so that we can change the legacy of our financial future around. And no matter where we are today, all it takes is a made-up mind and a commitment that we're going to learn about finances. We're going to get this financial education. We're going to get this financial literacy, and we're going to be intentional in applying the information and the knowledge that we have in our lives, so that we can prepare ourselves for a better financial future. I appreciate you guys joining me here for this edition of Woman to Woman. Go and find your money. Connect with me. I look forward to hearing from you. You can send me an email at thewomantowomanpodcast@gmail.com. That's thewomantowomanpodcast@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, I am Anntricia Bray Smith, your professional mentor and speaker.